You know what I like about life? Life is very interesting.
Why do you say that?
I'm also wondering.
What makes that interesting?
I have no idea. The atmosphere is just fantastic. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're just here chilling.
Yeah.
I told someone I love life, and they didn't understand what I meant. But I agree with you. Life is very interesting.
I mean, why should you hate life? That's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so that person is just a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But life is good, no?
No, of course, life is good.
Time.
Yes.
Yeah, what makes it good though? I want to know what makes it good.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
Uh-huh.
You know,
A lot of
Like-
things.
like first of all, the men's conference podcast,
Exactly.
and what else?
Being a woman.
Being a man.
Yeah.
Being a man is the best. You know, that's what makes life interesting.
You don't know how it feels to be a woman.
Okay.
You know, women.
Okay, do explain.
Women are just like, beautiful creatures. If you could describe it, they'll probably be like, clouds, roses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when God was thinking about a woman, He was thinking about something beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's why women are called beautiful. Men are called hand. I'm telling you, like, even the word beautiful just kind of, gives that kind of soft.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you look at something, you just want to draw.
But who was the first one created?
Well, according to the Bible, it's a man.
Exactly.
But I mean, the woman came out of a man. But also,
You see?
that's why I'm
Came out from a man because the man is special.
The man is special, yes, but the woman is specialer.
The woman that forced the man to eat the fruit.
The man was wondering. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, the woman was the one who was wondering.
The
She
man
was
went
manipulated by a
wandering.
snake.
The man went wandering, and then the woman remained alone. Like it happens most times, not everywhere, because people like to come for me and say, so the man went wandering,
Yeah.
the woman remained, and the serpent appeared to keep her company.
No, you see, that's the thing.
I'm telling
Instead
you.
of resisting the serpent.
Okay, we started from life is beautiful. Okay, let's end there.
Okay, yeah. You lost me. You started going another direction. What about you, Laz?
Why? What's your question?
Life.
Life.
Yeah.
Isn't life beautiful? Isn't life amazing?
I mean, if it's okay. I mean, if you do the right things, you're gonna have everything you want,
Yeah.
right? So I think it depends on the kinds of activities you indulge yourself in, the kinds of choices you make. So if you make the right choices, guarantee life will be fantastic. But if you make the wrong choices,
You go down the drain.
go down.
Yeah.
Most people here complaining, "Oh, my life is like it's so pretty obvious that you made the wrong choices in your life." All that kind of stuff.
Anyway, welcome to Men's Conference podcast. Of course, we're joined by Azariah, the famous. A lot of people.
Not so famous.
I mean, a lot of people have no idea what they want. I check out the comment section. I'm like, okay, we speak for you people. You're still upset. We speak against you. Of course, you're upset. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, make sure to like the page. That is the Men's Conference podcast. That's on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and you can actually subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is the Men's Conference podcast. I am DC, and I am joined by none other than Laz, the cool guy, as he proclaims himself. So, yeah. And of course, we're joined by Azariah. Azariah, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm happy to be back. I think when you said we are shooting, I was like, yeah. And when you told me the topic for today, I was like, yes. And when I came through the studio, Laz is telling me, you're wearing shades, and I'm like, yes, because I'm bringing a lot of smoke, so I need the shades. I need the shades because I have a lot of things to say. So you can find me on Facebook, Azariah Z Now. You can find me on TikTok, trending with Azariah. And I also like to claim that I'm the auntie of this generation.
No, please, we do need an auntie of this generation because a lot of women are going downhill. They are listening to social media, I should say. Even though us were on social media, but we're the right people.
It's fair to say it's both men and women. Yeah.
Ati?
It's fair to say that it's both men and women. Yeah.
But
That's why we have you guys. I think I did mention the first time I featured here.
Yeah.
You said I love the men's podcast because you really talk about men and just empowerment. It's not just about about girls and stuff. It's about how a man can be better.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why I always get excited to come to just have a conversation with you guys. Yeah.
No, we're pretty happy that you are always ready to actually spit out facts that even people will hate. You know what they say, people actually hate the truth. They would rather be lied to So it's really important for us as men's conference to actually speak out the truth.
Yeah,
And
true.
before we actually get into it, guys, we've got some new t-shirts, some merch,
Merchandise.
some capes,
Yep.
right here. So we'll be announcing the prices really, really soon. And you can actually buy yourself one. Just contact us on our Facebook page. And yeah, our team is definitely going to respond to you guys. So like I said, subscribe to our channel. That is the Men's Conference Podcast, the most important and educative podcast in the world.
In the world, is it a bit far-fetched?
No. Why? Nah.
There's no other platform like the Men's Conference Podcast.
Exactly. With a cooler name, the Men's Conference Podcast, a movement that a lot of men will look up to.
Yeah.
Boys.
And I mean,
and
if you
men.
can dream it, you can achieve it.
Yes. You know what they say about manifestation. Yeah, really important right there. And Laz, you said something. You said you've got a story.
Yeah, I've got a story that I came across a couple of days ago and involved like a married couple. So the husband was complaining, saying that, you know what, I've been trying to have sex with my wife for like months, but she keeps giving me excuses and all that. So I tried communicating with her. She's still giving him stories to the point whereby it's almost like clocked a year now without them having sex. So in his head, he's like, okay, should I divorce my wife? Or what? What should I do in this situation? So I just wanted to get you guys your opinion and
Azariah, why would a woman not want to have sex with a husband, more especially for a year?
There are a lot of things, and I'll just talk about one or two of them. The first one is resentment.
Yeah.
Like you resent your husband. It might come in form of neglect. Maybe your emotions, your feelings are neglected. I'll tell you one thing. I think sex for women and men are two different things. Of course, the end goal is pleasure and obviously getting children. But for women, it starts with how you are treated, what your husband is helping your mind to think about. And I feel like when a woman is taken care of, she's not neglected emotionally, financially, spiritually, she's in a much, much better place and she's happy. Most women, except they're doing it for money, but most women, when they are happy, they are willing to just open up and just say, you know what, let's get it on. Yeah, so it's that. It might be that level of neglect, and like I said, it might also be resentment. Resentment, it could be that maybe the husband cheated or treated this woman poorly.
But what if he didn't?
yeah, what if he didn't?
No, I'm just saying, I gave an example. It might be that neglect. So neglect is different from cheating. It's where the man is not available, the woman is not appreciated, she's not complimented. So sometimes it's things that are internalized and then they manifest, because a husband helps a woman to get into the mood.
But wait. But what if the guy has been doing all those things that you just mentioned, and then he still doesn't get the sex that he wants?
She's not just attracted to you, bro.
Damn.
So meaning if that's the situation and if it's almost clocking a year, meaning that she's probably having sex with someone else.
Maybe not. No, I'm telling you.
You know what they say?
I'm telling you, it might be, it might not be. That's why I said sex for men and women sometimes is very, very different. It might not even be that she's cheating someone. Women, the way we are, as long as you find something else that is occupying your mind, your space. Some of the women I know would even be celibate for a year too if it wasn't for a man involved.
Don't you mean someone else? If someone else occupies your mind,
no,
then meaning you won't
something
focus on
else.
your husband.
No, just something else. You have children, responsibilities from morning. I'm just looking at it from like an actual wife, not a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You have responsibilities. You're just waking up. You have cleaned the house. You prepared your husband, the kids, shanshan. You go for work. You come back. You're tired. What time will you have to start thinking about sex? The only thing you want to do is go and sleep.
So meaning,
and worse off, if your husband is not available, you don't have time to start thinking of, he complimented me. Because I know women the way we are. Once you feed us, you feed our minds, you feed our bodies, I'm telling you, no matter how tired you can be, you just want to appreciate the man by lying down. So, well, that's for married couples. She had some girlfriend, boyfriend. So it's that's why I'm saying it might not be that she's cheating. It might also be that she's occupied with other things. Yeah.
So his question was, should he divorce her? Because let's face it, one of the reasons why men marry is to make sure that they have easy sexual access to a woman, where they don't have to work too hard like they were with.
I'm happy you said one reason. I was willing to fight.
One of the reasons, they get married to have easy sexual access, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So because men, because the kind of value that men offer in a marriage is different from the kind of value that women offer, right?
Yeah.
So with men, it's kind of more like resources, protection, that kind of stuff. And then for men, it's more like loyalty, submission, obedience, and as well, like I mentioned, sex. So if he's not getting any of that, so do you think he should divorce her or what?
Well, it's a big question. I know a lot of couples that stay without sex, but they are still staying together. Why are you guys telling? I'm just telling you the truth.
A couple or a man?
Couples.
Man. No, I understand the woman.
I'm not talking about the man going out there. I'm saying I know couples that would stay like for a year, 2. They just sleep as brother and sister. I find it weird. No, listen. Can I finish?
Okay, go ahead.
I find it weird because how can you look at your husband and think he's just my brother, or you look at your wife and you don't have that movement?
But don't you think?
But there are those that have said. So I was coming to respond to your question, right? Because you're saying should he divorce her? So I'm saying it's tricky in a marriage setup. That's tricky to respond because you find that the couples will feel obligated in one form or the other, like maybe because of their children, because they have built an empire together. Because they have family responsibility, because marriage is not just about these two people. You create a family, and so sometimes you have all these other things that you want to protect. So minus the element of sex, you keep or you hold on to those things, and that's the reason why you said that you ask and say you think the man would hold it. Most men would go out there, probably have it somewhere else.
Okay,
but the women, it's a 50-50.
Okay, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
So if your woman, your wife, is refusing you to have sex with you, and when you really want it. Is a man allowed to step out and have sex with other women? Why? Okay.
You asked me a question.
What I believe is that such a question doesn't exist because automatically he has to go look for it.
He has to, or he will. He might.
He has to.
Might.
He has to.
Uh-huh.
He has to.
But no.
Okay. Let's say I can give you a scenario, right? Let's say you get married to an individual, right? But imagine if he's refusing to take you out. Every time you ask him to maybe buy you something, he says no. Wouldn't you feel like, okay, I'll find
the feeling is there, I can't lie, but it takes a lot of restraint, a lot of morality, and also your grooming, like how you grew up.
No,
let's say
okay. Sorry to cut you off. Sorry, but okay, let's say if he's got the capacity to do that, but there's no reason for him to say no, he just says no. He's just a stingy guy, he just doesn't want to take you out. You keep on telling him, hey, yo, I want you to take.
That's
why
I'm saying it depends on an individual, and I'm making reference to there's that video I posted on my account about cheating wives.
Yeah.
I think at the end of that I said you have no reason to cheat based because of an excuse, like because my husband is cheating, so even in I'm going to cheat. If you're not happy, leave. You're an adult, So I can't answer for anyone who says, should they go and cheat because they're not having sex? If you feel like, okay, sex is the only thing that's important for you, then go out there, leave their house. Because if you are stepping outside the boundaries of a home or marriage, I'm sure we've learned time immemorial that these things don't end so well. So I can't really respond. I know the obvious answer that probably some people want me to say is, they have a right to go out there and cheat, but there are a lot of things that result. Sex would just be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, a day of pleasure, but long life. Those things have got an impact, which
then
I don't think, that's why I said morally standing. Personally, I don't think it's a good thing to do.
Then I've also got another question as well. This is for relationship, not for married people. It's for couples, right? Do you think it is right for a woman to go on dates with other guys, knowing very well that she's dating another man?
You said in a relationship.
Relationship, yes.
I think it's right for a woman to go, and I'll explain. You asked, so I'll explain.
Please explain.
If you are not married as a woman, in fact, if you are not married as a woman, and you feel that the person you're with is not committing to you, see other people. There are a lot of men who are willing to marry you, I'm telling you. But the thing is, we always want to just think this man is going to marry me. So again, the emphasis is if the man you're with doesn't give you reason, like, you're not secure in the relationship, it doesn't mention he wants to commit to you long term, it's okay that you date other men. There are a lot of men who are willing, especially if your end goal is to get married. There are a lot of good men that are willing to marry you. However, if you are in a committed relationship, you have a responsible man, you love each other, I don't know why you have to then give in into seeing other men. What else are you looking for? Unless you're just a cheat.
Yeah,
You know, you make sense. Because I was about to cut you. I know you like it. But anyway, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Because I saw a post, right, from this lady. And this is a Christian lady. I hope she doesn't see this. But anyway, you know, fully devoted.
I hope she sees it.
Fully devoted. She said that if you guys are in a relationship, if you are dating a man and if you're dating a man, right, you've got, if he hasn't put a ring on it, if you're dating a man and he hasn't put a ring on it, you've got the right to go on lunch dates with other men. So in my head, I was like, oh, so that means that us as men, if we haven't put a ring on you, meaning we can sleep with other women. Because one thing that women want from men are resources, money, power, right? Status. That's what women want from men.
Well,
While men,
yeah,
while men, we want sex. That's the biggest thing that we want from women. So if
what
you have,
about companionship? Is that
no,
really
it? No, it's like
so in
there's
terms
the
of
list.
priority, what do you
Yes.
think men want from women?
The sex.
Oh,
That's the first thing.
Yes.
men, I think I would like to hear from men on this one.
No, men are not emotional beings. I mean, we are, but
okay.
not on the
I'd
level
like
that
to
women.
hear, like, just general, guys, be open and honest. We want to know as women, like, in terms of relationships, is your priority, like, top priority sex? As
I think even if you ask them, they would lie because
They would
no,
lie.
they're
I mean,
afraid of
it's
being
a
judged.
platform
Yes.
where we have to learn. So people, I know there are a lot of men out there who just want to tell you as it is. So please do let us know.
No, the thing is that with men these days, they actually lie because they're afraid of being criticized. When meanwhile, it's just the actual truth.
Yeah.
You know, yes, we want sex, but it doesn't mean that we're going to use you for it. There's some men that will use you for it, of course.
Yeah.
But then again, we want sex, procreation, meaning we want children. This is why you find that a man can't really stay longer in a relationship or in a marriage with a woman that can't give him children because he wants his legacy to continue. So in order to have those kids, what is it that you have to do? You have to have sex.
Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of men crave for.
Okay.
It's something that is being built
It's
in us.
interesting.
You know, and
At
this
my
is
big age, I didn't know.
no, you know, the thing is that what society has told us that sex is bad. Sex is
No,
bad.
sex is not bad.
Sex
at
is
all.
bad, you know. You shouldn't even think about it. Sex is bad when people are very young. Yes, you know, it's like taking drugs at an early age.
Yeah.
It's like taking alcohol at an early age. You know, it's all those things are bad. This is why when you're kids, there are certain things that you cannot eat not until you're 18 or you're 20.
Yeah.
You know, certain things you can't drink, like energy drinks. You can't drink an energy drink when you're 5 years old. That's going to kill you.
Yeah.
You know, so as men, you know, they are, like he said, men out there will lie just to please people
Okay.
that we don't need sex, when meanwhile that is what we need.
That's the top priority.
Exactly. Why do you
Okay.
think a
I
lot
just-
of men
I just learned.
have anger issues when they haven't had sex in a long time? They want to fight with you.
Because why do you think women always keep complaining? So no, he lied to me. You know, after we had sex, he ghosted me. Yeah, because that's what he wanted in the first place. So men are willing to lie to get what they want.
Yes.
Let's just be
Anyway,
honest
we
about it.
digress because I catch you. There was a point you're trying to stress about. You know, is it women dating outside? Is it dating outside their relationship?
Yeah.
I think you're talking about this preacher. I think I'm the one who disrupted you. I want to hear your thoughts around that.
Okay.
You're talking about the preacher.
Yeah,
the
lady.
female preacher who
Yeah.
was saying if he hasn't put a ring on it,
Then you
can have the right to.
You've got the right to go on other dates with men, lunch dates with men if they invite you, and see which one actually will put a ring on you. Even though you're in a committed relationship, it's just probably maybe the man isn't yet ready to put a ring on it at that point because of finances.
It's interesting because she says, if that's what she said, committed, because what would you define committed? Because what would you think is a committed relationship?
Someone who
maybe
actually
they've dated for a very long time, but he hasn't yet proposed. I don't know.
So dating for a long time is commitment.
No, dating for a long time and talking to you about both of your futures.
Okay.
That's commitment I'm talking about. Now for her,
Maybe it
that's what
depends.
she said.
Maybe it depends on the level of commitment, really. Like I said, you can date someone for a long time, but they don't even give you like assurance that, you know, this relationship is heading for marriage.
But what if he does?
No, talk is just talk. There are a lot of men who assure you that they'll marry you, but actually it's not backed by action. What I know is that human beings, you believe what they do than what they say. I worked in a field where for us to assess people, it was going beyond CVs, it was going beyond what they tell you. Our assessments were based on activity. So you give them tasks to do, and how they do it, believe you me, is most likely to how they'll perform when they're at work.
Yeah.
So you can say they tell you, because by nature I think men are sweet talkers. They can tell you, they give assurance by word.
Why must that?
But the actions, yeah, see. So the actions will tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying maybe it depends on what she was defining as commitment. Because if you just tell me, and I've seen 5 years, nothing is happening. I don't even know your relatives. No one has. There are people like that.
No, true.
You haven't introduced me to your family. I don't know where you work. I'm not included in your plans. You're advancing in other areas, but our relationship is not advancing. It's just like,
stagnant.
Yeah, exactly. So it depends on what you define commitment. And like I said earlier, if a man is not giving you reason to think you are headed for something, it's better you see other people.
Have a plan B.
Yeah.
So men and women should have plan Bs.
Men do it all the time.
No, we don't.
Oh, gosh, they do. And I think I talked about this. Sometimes women need to be a little bit selfish about themselves.
I think she has a point, because there are stories where I've heard where a woman has been dating a guy, right? And then she just goes on social media and finds the guy just currently is getting married. So she's
posted photos from the weekend ago.
Exactly.
No, yeah, definitely right.
Matching shades.
Yeah, definitely right.
It's a very scary place to be.
There's some men out there that actually, give us men a bad name.
Yeah.
This is why some women actually call us trash. But anyway, before we actually go further, if you're watching this video, I'm sure there's a good reason why you guys are here watching us. Because there are some men out there that are confused.
You can continue.
There are some men out there that are confused. They have no idea where the relationship is going.
Yeah.
Why? Because of the woman. There are certain signs that they have seen, and they can't really tell whether this relationship is over or whether the relationship is stagnant. They have no idea what's going on. So if you are watching this video, you're watching this episode, I'm sure you're looking for answers and you want us to give you a verdict. And the question is, signs that women have fallen out of love for you. Signs that she doesn't love you anymore. No love.
So this is not even a situation where he's just, there's that stage where a man is proposing.
Yeah.
It's like you were in a relationship.
Exactly.
And then she's giving you signs that she's not in love with you anymore. So she was in love with you before.
But signs that, she doesn't love you anymore. Okay. Most men are actually confused by the signs that women actually give them. And believe me, I've also been in that situation before.
Oh, really? I wanted to say, does that happen for men?
All men.
I wanted to...
All men.
I wanted
all of them.
Really?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
Believe you me,
all men have gone through that.
All men.
I thought it was the other way around.
Heartbreak actually builds men.
Because it's impossible for a guy to maybe be in his first relationship and nothing goes like haywire. There's always something that's going to go wrong eventually, which will lead to him learning from that, so that the next relationship...
So the other girl is the one who's going to suffer.
No.
Hey.
No, it's about learning female nature.
Yeah. Okay.
The thing is that a lot of men, us men, when we date our first girl, we think it's roses and red.
Yeah.
Not until she breaks our heart. Then we think to ourselves, why did she break my heart? So it's either we study why that happened, or it's either we go to our friends and they tell us this is the reason why that happened, or we go to our fathers or to our uncles or to our elder brothers telling us this is the reason why she did this to you. So next time this shouldn't happen. So we tend to learn, and then a lot of girls will think, because of his past relationship, he's treating me like this. No, it's because we've learned now not to show too much love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that we don't love you, we do.
Okay.
We just tend to study the female nature and
learn from
too much
past
of
relationships and
exactly.
applying them into. Okay, I think in response to your question, the first thing is, if you are really wondering, say, does she love me? That is even your answer. Instinct. you don't, like instinct or intuition doesn't lie.
Yeah, not true.
If you know how it feels to be loved. So once you don't feel it anymore, just know that it's gone. And women by nature, we are loving beings. We do love, and when we love you, we do show you that we love you. I made a funny video a few days ago saying, I really admire something about women when they're in love. They can move a mountain if they could. Because that's our nature. Like, you can do almost everything and anything. We are that naive when we're in love. So once you don't feel that as a man, if you don't feel it without even saying it, just know that she's gone.
But what causes that feeling in the first place? Like, is there something she's doing, or
it's a lot of things? I mean, sometimes it's just nature. You outgrow a person. I think
you can't outgrow a person just like that.
No, you can.
How can you can? When you mean outgrow, what do you mean?
Like, I don't know how it happens. Like, you just don't feel like he's the one for you.
Do you mean like finances?
No. It might not even be finances, but you just, maybe an all-rounder, you just evaluate everything and just think, I think this man is not just for me.
So it's just emotions, Jay.
Not emotions. It's, I don't know. It's just there. You just know that, okay, this is not my person. This man is not just for me.
After years of dating.
It might be years, not years of dating, but you just don't feel that spark. You don't feel it anymore, so that's it.
So basically, one of the signs is that you might outgrow him.
So one of the reasons, it's the reason. The reason is that somebody has outgrown you, and the results, like I'm saying, from a man's perspective, is that intuition. You just feel like, okay, this woman is not in love with me. You can feel it once you just start questioning. You don't even need to go to Dave and you don't need to go to DC and last to say, do you think she still loves me? Once you just feel she's gone, she's gone. Like I said, women, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Women do love. And when we love you, we are going to show you that we love you. We can move. Have you ever seen a situation where the parents will beat this girl and say, I don't want to see you with that boy, but she will still jump, even if it's jumping over the fence, even if it's coming at 0-2 because of this one boy, So women, when we love, we will do what we can. But if you see that effort is reducing, you just feel that this is not how she was. This is not my woman. Just know she's gone.
So what you're saying is that gut feeling.
Yeah.
Women are usually given this sixth sense, but even us as men, we're also given that sixth sense as well. That gut feeling to say that, okay, this woman is not in my life anymore.
Yeah, you can tell.
And basically, there's a way to save it, and there's no way to save it, There's a 50-50 chance in that matter.
Usually when a woman is gone, it's difficult to get her back.
Yeah, very true.
But a man, I think it's easier to get a man back. But women, when she's gone.
Especially a man that's in love, believe him, it's tough to get him back. He'll disappear.
If he loves another person.
I'm telling you.
No, I don't know. I think men are easier to get.
I think those are weak men I describe.
Yeah.
No.
Otherwise, a man who knows his worth.
No, I'm telling you. Most men, that's why I was saying prostitution was given to a wrong profession. To a wrong gender.
No, it's what he said.
But we digress.
It's what he said. What did you say?
I said weak men.
No. Samson was a weak man.
So I mean,
Samson wasn't gotten back. Samson was just so, like a nice chick.
Even the mightiest king of this world. I'm telling you, there's just this one woman who can always get you. You can go, you can still come back. But the woman, when she's gone, I'm telling you, she's gone, honest.
No, yeah, true. But it takes long for her to actually go.
Yes,
that's the point.
You are
that's
right.
The thing.
That you're right. And I think that's the reason why it's easier for a woman to just, when it gets to that point, it's easier for her to just go. That's why I said it's when you just feel that she's gone, believe it.
Do you know why she feels like she needs to leave the guy? It's because she feels like she can find something else better.
No.
That's the mindset. No. I know, but that's the mindset for most women. Because if they leave a relationship, they feel like, okay, this guy is not for me. I can find someone else better.
No, true. Because there's no way a woman would definitely leave a relationship and just say there's no one else. No, there's always someone.
It's the same thing for men, no?
No, us men. We barely get women. So when we leave, we feel like...
your face tells that you're lying.
Come on, I don't lie. But no, it's actually true. Men and women are totally different the way they're wired, right?
Yeah.
Women, when they leave, just know there's someone else. It doesn't. I'm not saying that.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not saying that they're dating, but that person is keeping them occupied. But for men, there's no like women that are keeping us occupied. The reason why we leave women is because there are certain factors that have led to that. Maybe she was very disrespectful. maybe she wasn't appreciative, she was constantly nagging. So that's why we definitely leave to say, look, I can't handle this, my mental health can't handle this, I'll never date a girl I won't date a girl in like 5 years or 1 year or 2 years.
You're describing an ideal man, not the kind of men that we have seen, like just the, like
it's like what you said, those are weak men.
The stereotype.
No, those are weak men.
But in reality, I mean, I don't think it's about seeing another person. If there's one person who's so loyal in a relationship, is a woman. Women are very loyal in relationships, and I don't think it's because they've seen the next person. It's not even about that. So I was just saying, the first thing is obviously intuition. Like, you just feel like you've outgrown a person. You just feel he's not the person for you. You don't see that long term you can be with them. I mean, okay, let me just explain this, right? Because I dated one.
Do you think that's justified?
Yes and no. Right? That's what I'm trying to explain. I dated one person, very nice person, very good gentleman, but I just knew he's not the kind of man.
Was there something wrong he was doing?
No.
Huh?
No. But it wasn't just, like, personality were not compatible.
I feel like you're trying to be too nice.
No, guys. But I'm I'm actually explaining because I just want to be true. This is my truth. Very good person, responsible, family oriented. But my personality and his personality were too different. Too different. And I knew that if I ever marry this person, he will be a bit miserable. And I had to actually turn down that marriage proposal because I don't want to be unkind to another human being. Let him find his person, So that's what I was saying. Like, you just feel like, oh, this person is not for me. You understand? You can try to love her, give her everything that probably she needs. But if she just doesn't feel that,
guys, you've seen, you've heard.
I'm just being honest.
Always be prepared for a woman to leave.
No, this is not. So if I say if I share the truth, see, if I share the truth, you start encouraging men to say no, always be. That's not what it's about.
No, but
can I ask you a question, both of you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you have rather I married this person knowing fully well that I cannot commit, like I cannot give him what he really wants, like
if you don't cheat,
that level.
If you don't cheat and you learn to love him, yes.
I couldn't. That's the thing. Because we're just totally different people.
Okay. Would it be bad
was
if
it
the man
fair
did
for
the
me
same
to
thing?
No. It wouldn't be bad. I believe in honesty. These things of relationship and marriage, it needs a lot of honesty because there's so much that is required. If I'm just being very, very honest, there's a lot of things that are required, and one of them is kindness. It's love. It's, just appreciating the person that you're with. If you cannot do that for any person that you're with, because it's a long commitment to make another person be miserable, leave them. They can find somebody else who loves and appreciates them.
But why is it?
And I'm happy he found somebody.
But why is it that
not bad blood?
But why is it that women complain about, no, I cooked for him, I cleaned for him, and then the guy leaves? Why can't the same explanation given to the guy? I was like, okay, she's able to do this. But
nobody asks women to do all those things. That's why I always say, if you're doing all that, we're expecting that the man is going to love you. It's on you. If he leaves you, just know it's on you. He didn't ask you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So someone coming complaining, me, I used to. Hey, did they ask you? Did they pay you for the same?
No.
Exactly. So why are you complaining?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say, I think driving the point home is, if you do not feel, and that was on the first point I was talking about, for you to know that she doesn't love you, it just comes. Like, it's not something that you can force. And as a good human being, it's better you just tell the person that, okay, I cannot commit. God will bless the person. You're not the only person in this world, but at least be sincere and be honest.
No, you do have a point. If you know yourself well and you feel like you can't connect with the person emotionally or anywhere else, then it's better to just leave.
No, very true.
Yeah.
So anyway, but one of the signs, because I'm sure a lot of guys are wondering, what are the other signs that I know that she's not in love with me anymore, or that love is lost? And one of them is she barely talks to you.
Yeah.
So this is a girl that went from talking to you every day to talking to you once a week, to ignoring your text messages, to responding to your messages or responding to your calls very, very late. This is someone that you used to talk to every night, but all of a sudden, things have just switched up. She's always telling you she's busy. She's always saying, no, I don't have time. Work has stressed me. I'm washing plates. I'll call you tomorrow. And she doesn't do it. She doesn't apologize for her actions. Those are one of the signs, guys. I'm not saying it's 100%. Sometimes she can be stressed by the family. She can be stressed by
school.
work.
Yeah.
She can be stressed by school. But it's actually one of the signs that you have to look out for as well. When you just see a woman or your woman barely talks to you, she doesn't respond to your messages, she doesn't do the things that she used to do when you guys were talking, just know that her love is disappearing.
It's all about communication. Like you are saying this, even if somebody is stressed, there's a way you can communicate to the person to understand, to say, Papa, I'm not just in a good space, but you still be there. You make time for people that you love. So, and this goes both ways. If someone is not making time for you, they don't want to talk to you, they are giving you some kind of attitude. When you call, they just go like,
I've been in that position before.
Same here.
You know what? I'm busy. Can I call you back?
Yeah.
Every time you call, sorry, I'm busy. Can I call you back?
And she's always the one ending the call.
Yeah. Or she will not pick. Even 10 messages.
Even just her tone. She doesn't sound like she's happy to listen.
In fact, guys, so that it hates you, those of you who are going through that, this is the face they make.
You even had to.
Yes, because I want you to see the face they make. When she's not in love with you anymore, you call and she'll be like, yeah, this one also.
This is why we advocate for men not to chase women.
Exactly.
To avoid disappointments.
It's not that
like
now. I'm just saying.
And this is why we actually tell you, men, prepare yourselves. Prepare that she's going to leave the relationship. I'm not saying think negatively. I'm not saying think negatively about her or think negatively about the relationship. What we're saying is that you need to think about building yourself, self-improvement. Believe you me, women would chase you. They will chase you. Your girlfriend will chase you.
We are just generalizing, right? But we do know there are good men and good women out there. But this is for someone who's wondering. And I wanted it to hate you because if someone puts you in that position where you feel unwanted, you feel unloved, you don't have to continue begging. If there's something that you're not supposed to beg for in life, is love.
Don't.
Once you start begging, it goes further. I don't know what it is with this love thing. You start begging for it. People become big-headed. They start going a bit further. So once you see someone put you in that position, a person who loves you will never, ever do that kind of thing to you. That's why I said it goes back to communication. Not even just on phone. It goes to, somebody can explain to say, I'm in a bad space. Maybe I just need a bit of time, but they'll come around. Or they'll ask you to be there for them. You make time for people that you love. I don't think in 24 hours someone can refuse to talk to you even just for 10 minutes. They'll respond to you after 3 days. That is not a good space to be in.
Especially if the guy is always, because she might be responding, but if he's always the one reaching out first, and then in his head he's like, okay, let me give it like maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks. Let's see if she'll call me back.
I think it's okay for men to reach out more still.
No,
I'm telling you.
But anyway,
what I've seen is as a woman, if you start reaching out to a man, you suffer.
What did you want to say, lads?
Sorry?
What did you want to say?
Well, I've even lost my train of thought because I'm amused for what you just said.
But anyway, one of the points is that when a woman avoids you like a plague, guys, when a woman avoids you like a plague, she doesn't want to see you, she doesn't want to meet you up, she just cancels all plans with you. This is a woman that used to see you every day to a woman that sees you once every 2 weeks. Like, come on. And she can't give any excuse. She's just telling you she's busy, work her stressed out. All these general excuses that she likes to give all the time.
But can we also acknowledge that it might be, I don't know, maybe it's not the right, it might be not the right section for us to talk about. But can we also mention that sometimes, especially in terms of avoidance, it might be something that you did. It might be something that...
No, this is why there's communication. You sit down, he's trying to communicate, to say, why don't you want to see me? And
but
she gives all these general
there are things
excuses.
that they cannot communicate directly and they'll just prefer to avoid you.
You see, now that creates resentment.
That's what I'm saying.
And the only two options I can think of why a woman would avoid a man. One, she's probably found someone else. And two, he's showing her too much attention.
Exactly.
Well, when there's too much attention, yes, because one day it chokes.
Because you said
different personalities. There are people like me who don't like that level of attention. I just feel like, no, you're suffocating me. But also there are those. It just depends on your love language. It might not even be that everybody doesn't love attention.
Because you said when a woman's in love, she would definitely try by all means to see you or communicate with you.
Yeah.
Now this is a woman that used to go from seeing you every day to seeing you once a week, and then she's annoyed when you meet her up to say, okay, what is it that you want?
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's because of what you did.
No. Because I remember I was passing through Kawata, right? a couple of weeks back, 3 weeks ago, and I even told my brother about this. So there was this two couple. Now this lady was loud, right? She was like, what is it that you want from me? I've told you that I'm busy. Then the guy was like, why are you talking to me like that? Just calm down. No, you're always trying to call me. You always want to see me. I've told you that I'm busy. Work has stressed me. Now, do you think that's a woman in love with a guy? She's shouting like that in the streets.
No, but sometimes that also manifests as a form of resentment.
Yeah.
There's this reverse psychology that women do sometimes, where you love the man too much and they took advantage of you, or they took you for a ride. So then you start pulling back and you start giving them the taste of their own medicine. That and people have to be careful when we talk about this, because sometimes it's not that she's out of love with you, it's just resentment. But there are instances when that also can be as a result of someone not being in love with you. I'm sure you know of guys like that, where they even tell you, guy, I messed up. This chick doesn't even want me anymore. Because of how you treated her. So she's kind of like, pulling back and giving you your dose. Because this is exactly, so they kind of start mirroring your behavior and your actions. So I think it's a bit, men have to be a bit, they have to not judge whether this is because of how you treated her or it's just her behavior or her personality coming out. I think we have to be very, very careful about how we communicate or stress out this particular point.
Okay. No, very true, very true. And one of them as well, the other points as well.
Well, I wanted to say a point.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I believe that one of the signs could be like you no longer have authority over her. Like she does whatever she wants, she goes out whenever she wants, and she hangs out with whoever wants. Because I believe as a man, you have to be able to understand and know what's bad and good for your woman. So so in a situation where you tell her don't go out, she goes out.
She becomes a rebel.
Yeah, you tell her stop hanging out with that person, she still hangs out with him. And you tell her stop dressing in that way because it's inappropriate, and she still does it. Bro, that's one of the signs that she's no longer interested in life.
She becomes independent.
Yeah, you see?
Yes. Yes, you even know it.
Well, yes and no. And I'll explain. Of course, when a woman becomes rebellious, it might be a sign, you're right, that she's not interested. Women, if you love a man, you're going to be mindful. I'm sure you've heard of these statements that women say, they're boring us with my man, my husband. It's because they have like this thing where they're moving under the guidance. I wouldn't call it authority. I wouldn't call it control. I think they are two different things. And because of that, they are going to respect the man that they're with, because when they're out there, they are representing their husbands or they're representing their boyfriends. Okay. Whilst there's this other side where she becomes rebellious, like you are saying, because I mean, who are you? Who do you think? What can you tell me? I have my own freedom. I have my own rights. So there are two things. Is she just becomes disrespectful, like you said, rebellious, because she has no regard and no respect for you. Yeah, but I wouldn't really call it like you feel as a man that you don't have control, because when we use that term, especially towards ladies, like control and authority, I think it sounds more overbearing, and you are not allowing the woman to express herself and to be a best version of her. And what I mean, for example, is there are men who restrict where you go. You become like a relationship slave. They don't want you. Of course, you can guide your woman to dress a certain way because of a certain reason, but there are those that will completely just tell you can't wear this, you can't do that, don't put on makeup, I don't want to see you with that friend, don't go to that church, what time are you coming home? That sounds very controlling, and it kind of puts you in a slavery mode of a relationship.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to
because what I mean is that this is why, as a man, like I said before, you have to be able to understand what's good and what's bad for your woman. Otherwise, men like that you just described, that's just too much.
But then again, you also need to understand that yes, there's some men out there that will love you too much that they don't want to see you in that state. It's not called controlling, it's just showing love. Like I said, it's about when you have kids as a human being, whether as a mother or whether as a father, you will restrict what your kids you restrict what they're going to watch, you restrict where they will go, you restrict what they'll take, you restrict what they will do. You restrict who they hang out with.
How much is good and bad restriction in your term? Because I think I just want to understand.
In terms of women, I would say, look, don't go to certain places like the club. You can go to a lounge, yes. Cool, I understand. Go to a lounge, chill, because it's more relaxed and chilled place, an adult place. But with clubs, you find all types of hooligans. You find chakolwas, you find drug addicts, you find sex workers, you find prostitutes, you find all these kinds of people, kidnappers. You know, we just recently got news that a woman was about to get kidnapped, all because she went to a club. Now, those are the things that we are looking out for when we talk to you about these things. Like, okay, don't go to certain places because of this. We're not saying that we're restricting you to go out. We care so much about you because once a woman is in danger, do you know who they're going to blame? It's us. But they're going to blame us.
Especially in a kind of like, marital setup.
Exactly, marital setup. Exactly, they'll blame us.
You're right. And I completely agree with you. And I just wanted us to get that clarity because people may be confused when we talk about control and restriction.
Yeah.
Because there's bad restriction, which is like very toxic, especially for the well-being of your relationship and the woman that you're with.
Yeah.
But there's also there's a way a woman you do feel when you have a man. I'll give an example again. No names. I don't have money for a lawyer. There are women that we've seen misbehaving on social media, and you tend to wonder to say, are you really what your husband is okay with your behavior? Because obviously you're not just representing yourself as a woman, you're also representing the household. So you don't want to behave a certain way. And I believe a man, biblically, I believe a man will provide guidance, just so that your house, your image is protected.
Exactly.
So I think just being a bit careful.
Because a woman is a representation of a man. If I walk into a business meeting with my woman, or if I walk into a function with my woman, they should know that, he's with a good woman. We already like him. But if they know that woman is being on the streets, they'll disrespect me. They won't disrespect the woman, they'll disrespect me. They'll be like, look at DC. How is DC hanging around or married to a prostitute? What the hell is wrong with him? So they won't respect me, they won't give me business deals. They won't hang around with me. They won't connect me. They won't fund me. And Nisha, I've lost out all because of the type of woman that I marry. This is why we mostly restrict women from going to certain places. You can go and hang out with your friends, sure. But do not do the outlandish stuff that's going to destroy my name and destroy your name as well. So we're just protecting you because we love you very much. Like I remember this story about a lady that had a guy had a chilanga mulilo, and then she brought her friends. She was a former prostitute. She brought her friends. What her friends did, my God, they made noise. They disrespected the elders. They disrespected the siblings. They disrespected everyone to the point the Shivukombes were like, no, you're not marrying this woman. That's how he decided, hey, okay, my parents have told me I can't marry you because of your past. So let's move on. So it's pretty sad. We've got like a couple of minutes left. I don't know if you want to say something.
I wanted to mention one more thing about how you can tell.
Did you want to say something?
Sure.
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
I wanted to just say, especially in a relationship marital setup, how you would know that a woman has fallen out of love with you, sleeping with another man. Just know if she's sleeping with another man, like I said, she's gone. And it's very difficult when a woman gets to that point. It's a point of no return. Unless that which may be deliverance, I don't know. But a woman who really loves you is going to, respect herself. And but I know this generation, people can come for me or they want. It's just not so in us as women to sleep around. But if she's sleeping around, I don't know. She just doesn't have that level of love for you.
No, very true. Lack of sex. If a woman doesn't give you sex, if you haven't had sex in like a long time, just know that that woman is either falling out of love with you or doesn't love you anymore. Yeah. So we're about to end the show, but before I actually end the show, do you guys have any last words? Last?
Yeah. So what I'll say is this. As a man, don't get angry or emotional if your girlfriend cheats on you or decides to keep you as a friend and have sex with someone else. The only thing that you need to worry about as a man is how can I level up spiritually, financially, mentally, and physically. That's your only purpose as a man. So,
Azariah?
Oh, I do have a lot of things to say.
But a couple
limited time,
just
but in a
a
couple of
couple
minutes.
seconds.
I would say both men and women, if someone has fallen out of love with you, don't force it. Honestly, there are a lot of people that are willing to love you. I said this at the beginning. Unless you're willing to give it a try, where maybe you feel the person is acting out of character because of something that you did. Yes, to pursue and see if you can win them back. But if you know that deep down there's nothing wrong that you have, that you did, and this person just starts acting up, it's better you just leave them alone. It's draining to follow up somebody who is rejecting you. It's so draining, and nobody has time for that, especially in this economy.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. But anyway, this is actually to the ladies out there. This is really important for you ladies. If a man really opens up, if he really, really opens up, just know that he's going through a lot. You shouldn't shame him. You shouldn't tell him off. You should always, always watch what you say and how you behave towards that man. That man has actually taken all the energy out of himself just to tell you how he's feeling about his situation out there. And that's very, very important to men out there, because appreciation is what men are actually looking for when they actually open up to you. If they sit down and tell you, this is what I'm going through, don't shame them. And you're always wondering, this man is quiet, this man doesn't open up. It's because when he opened up to you, you shut the door on him. So that's the reason why most of the men just, sit back and say, what, I'm not going to talk to this woman anymore, because they actually use what he said against him and forgetting that this man actually has feelings. Men are not emotionless. We've got deep emotions. We just fail to express them. This is why if a woman makes us, if a woman makes a situation unsafe for us to actually be vulnerable to them, believe you me, and they use that against us in an argument, you can forget me talking to you for the rest of my life. Why? It's because you used that pain that I shared to you against me. So that's definitely one of the things I'll say. It's been fun, it's been great. Check out the merch, guys. Let us know if you want it. We'll tell you the price later on. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is the Men's Conference Podcast. Like our page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is the Men's Conference Podcast. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. That is the Men's Conference Podcast, guys. So we out.